backpack so heavy.
There was your room. Is that your room?
That's not wrong. Oh, just have a bed spot on my leg.
Do you?
In my
What?
5 business. Then turn left onto Livestock Trail toward I-25 business.
Man.
Turn left onto Livestock Trail toward I-25 business.
Why is there business? So some of the kids wanted Mom's banana muffins instead of donuts.
No, they're not banana, they're banana bread.
They don't look like world's greatest donuts, but they'll be fine.
Alright, who, here, let's start
Solly,
passing
this
them
is
back.
a chocolate cake donut.
Chocolate cake donut for Sully. These donuts taste only like oil, nothing else. Flip over, Mommy, again. Do you enjoy your donut? That's where I went to college, guys.
It is.
Yeah.
Turn right onto West 18th Street.
I didn't know that.
You've just forgotten.
No, I don't think I've ever known
This
that.
is where we went to the museum that time and saw the woolly mammoth.
No, that wasn't a museum. That was here.
That was here at the college. And we got a turn.
What?
That was a turning.
I don't want to go back to this place.
You don't?
I hope that every time
I don't
we go
know.
to the homeschool convention,
I only had, it must have fell off.
I hope that every time we go to the homeschool convention, we'll always be in the same class.
I mean off of the cup holder because that's where I had them on and I didn't see it. Them.
Oh, I thought you just meant.
Oh, I think it's okay.
Well, they need to all go to their classes. I will keep these 3 little kids and get them ready to go in.
Out. Out.
Out.
Out. All right now.
None of our kids have name tags.
Justice and Judah's are in the van. Thomas had his and Eden has hers. Come on.
Claudia.
When we get home, then
Looks like you're getting naked. Come here.
I did have her dress pinned, but it must have fell off in the wash.
Come here.
when we get home, then we should go to the store and buy some more Pop-Tarts when we get home.
We should. Now that I am editing this video, I'm going to interject a little story here. I did not take a video of what happened next, and I was feeling a little emotional about it, so I really didn't feel like taking a video, but it's an important piece of the story. So I'm going to share with you now what happened. Right here, you just finished seeing us going into the session for the first, actually this was not the first session of the day. There was one earlier, but we had had such a late night the night before, and we weren't really that interested in the first session of the day anyway. We decided to stay at the hotel a little longer in the morning and let everyone sleep a little bit longer before we went to the convention. So I'm going to give a little backstory because that's how I am. I have to like fill you in. I need to give you some context here. So we have been going to our first homeschool convention we ever went to was when Justice was just a little guy, so he was like a year old. So that must have been 8 or 9 years ago. Yeah, 9 years ago. And that was in Montana, and the convention in Montana was huge compared to the one here in Wyoming. And it had, you know, like every hour there were 4 different sessions to choose from, and it had a vendor hall. It's just humongous. There's row after row after row of vendors, and we really enjoyed that convention a lot. but we decided that, you know, we would like to try to be supportive of our local homeschool convention. That's how we are, you know, we like to support our local grocery store as much as possible, and people that bring in eggs or produce or whatever from their gardens, we like to buy that when it's available at the grocery store, because we would like to, we want to bloom where we're planted. So whatever's going on there, even if there's something better elsewhere, it's just kind of our habit to generally try to stick with what is local and connect with those people there. So we decided to go to the Wyoming Homeschool Convention the next year, and the convention then, I'm not sure how many people were there, but it was quite a bit bigger still than what we had this year. So we've been going ever since then, every year. And it's not something we particularly enjoy doing because it's a snooze fest most of the time. I mean, there's always some like inspirational speakers, but it's really not an exciting time, and the kids really don't look forward to it. But it's something that we feel have always wanted to. There's two main reasons we want to go. We want to go to connect with other homeschool families. You make friends with people, and the other thing is just, like I just said, being supportive of what's going on, because, you know, we want to just be an encouragement to other people. And so if we show up, that is, you know, positive encouragement for them to keep going and doing what they're doing. So those are our two main reasons for going. There used to be a group that they would have come in, and they played games with the kids, and they, you know, learned songs and just had a really fun time. I'm sorry about the yelling in there. Anyways, they enjoyed that a lot more. Asher still hated it because they had to get up on stage at the end and like perform a song, and he thinks it's torturous. But at any rate, they got to make some friends, and it was a good time generally. And we at least got to visit with people between sessions and kind of get to know some people. And I actually made friends with the lady who's now the president of the Homeschoolers of Wyoming at one of the homeschool conventions in the past. But then, I don't know, a couple of years ago, things started changing, and the whole tone of, especially with the kids program, it became not really a time for them to like socialize, which, you know, it just became much more about like learning things. So it almost became like 2 days worth of intensive school for them, and they didn't enjoy it, and that's not why we were coming. We do that at home. We were coming because we want to socialize and make friends, and so that was really a downer for us. And last year, we had 3 other families from, you know, our close friends here from where we live that went to the convention with us, you know, each of us in our own cars, but we all made plans to go. And halfway through, all of us were in tears. 2 of the families decided just to go home early. 2 of us stuck it out, but the kids were miserable. And the thing that was very grievous to me last year was that during one of the sessions, Claudia was 10 months old at the time, and during one of the sessions she was hungry, so I had got out a little container of baby oatmeal that I brought with me, and I started feeding it to her during one of the speakers talking. And I saw this man come. I had seen him around, but he came and he told this woman something, and then she came over to us and told us we had to get out of the sanctuary because we were feeding the baby in the sanctuary. And I'm just like, it kind of blew my mind, because I'm like, this is a homeschool convention. There's, you know, there's no place for the little kids to go. They have to stay with us. So, and even if there was a nursery, we wouldn't send them away anyways. This way of thinking, though, is like, you can either take care of your kids outside and miss the sessions, or you can stay in the sessions, but the babies can't eat, kind of a thing. And it just rubbed me the wrong way, because this is the whole point of being here, is to hear the speakers, but we're homeschool parents, so we obviously have children that are going to have needs while we're here. And it was very upsetting to me that someone would have that attitude. But at the time, I actually thought that the man that said it must have been the pastor of the church. I was thinking that he's just like overly protective of his sanctuary or something, is what I thought. So that left a bad taste in my mouth last year, and we already were having reservations about going. Part of the problem is that the Wyoming Homeschool Convention models itself off of all the other ones, but there's like no people here. So it's really small, and instead of capitalizing, there's so many things I think that we could do to capitalize on our smallness. It's like, our size becomes is a liability when you try to model it after the big conventions, and then we miss out on the things that could really be a positive. I'm not the one planning it though, and I don't want to be the one planning it, so I don't want to be critical of it. Anyways, so we're just content to go with how things are going and just make the best of it. But here this morning on this video, we had just got settled in, and remember, we drove for 2.5 hours the day before, and then immediately had to go in and have 4 hours of sessions the next when we got there, and the little guys had to stay with us the whole time. So they were sitting still for a very, very, very long time, and we were going to be having 6 more hours worth of sessions on this day, although we skipped the first one, so that was going to be 5 hours worth of sessions. And so I always pack along activities and toys and things for them to play with so that they can stay occupied while we're doing the session. And so we sat down, got them settled with some toys, and as you can see, there's a little shot where you can see the sanctuary. It's a very large room, and there were maybe 6 or 7 other people in the room besides us. And we sat at the way back because they were trying to record these sessions, I believe, but the recordings presumably are taken from the microphone, so we thought if we were in the back, that'd be as far away from the microphone as possible so we wouldn't interfere. Although the irony is that Tom was complaining on the way that he always wants to record sessions, but they have asked us not to because they're going to record them and make them available, but then they never make them available. So he's really bitter about a few years ago, a guy he really would have liked to have had a recording of his session, and we never did get to because they wouldn't allow us to record it, and then they never made it available for the rest of us to purchase or anything, but that's neither here nor there. So we got settled in. The kids were just quietly playing with their toys. I hadn't realized it, but it was the same man. It took me a little bit to realize this, but the same man who'd kicked us out basically last year for feeding Claudia in the sanctuary, he did the introduction of the speaker, and then as soon as he got done, he stepped down off the stage and walked to the back of the room, and he leaned down in front of us and told us, "You need to keep the kids quiet or get out." And he pointed at the door, and we're like, it was such a shocking thing because the kids weren't even being noisy. They were just sitting quietly, and even if they were, I mean, it's a homeschool convention with families with kids, and this is a giant room, and there's no people here. Like, the whole convention maybe had 80 to 100 people. That would be, it would be pushing it to say there was 100 people there. So we were like a tenth at least of the numbers at the convention. Our family was, but it just was so shocking to me that he was so rude about it. And I found out later that he'd already had an altercation with another family before we got there, and then realizing this is the same person who was rude to us last year, and this is the family that has changed the children's program that has made everyone miserable. It just, I don't know. It was so grievous to me because I'm a person who, having relationships with people is of utmost importance to me, and I will put up with a lot of stuff off of someone rather than cause a rift with someone else. And to just be so, he was just so uncaring in the way he spoke to us, and like completely out of touch, I felt like, with where we are, who we are, and I don't mean me, but just us particularly, but that we are a family at a homeschool convention with small children who have to sit here for all these hours, and I'm not sure what else he expected, because they were sitting there quietly playing with their little toys, and we were literally like 3 minutes into this thing. It hadn't even started yet, and just Tom felt bad later. He said just instantly his anger just rose up, and he said, well, then we're gonna go, because it was just like, it doesn't get any better than this, pal. It's kind of what we were thinking. And so we just gathered them up and put all of our stuff back in the stroller, and we went out, and I started to cry because it was just like, I can't believe that. Saying it now, it seems so silly almost, but it was just like, he was just so rude and almost calloused towards our children, and presumably all the other ones, because I saw that no other families with small children were there either, and I don't know what happened later. Anyways, Tom went back in and tried to talk to him, and he just totally was rude to him again, And then we decided we were definitely going to go home because we're not going to sit there awkwardly through all these sessions trying to keep the kids quieter than they were already quiet. And yeah, so Tom had, we were going to go gather up the rest of the kids back from their classes that we just dropped them off in. And the lady that I'm friends with, that's the president of the whole organization and plans the convention, she had asked Tom to run the men's discussion group later in the afternoon, which is, to me, those are like the best parts of the convention, is when they have the mom's group and the dad's group. But I said we need to go tell her that we're going to go home and she'll have to ask someone else to do that. So he went in and told her what happened, and she was like, you know, upset that he was being that way, because again, I think this man is maybe a problem, not just with us. So she went in and tried to talk to the guy, and she came back in tears. And yeah, so we just hugged and said our goodbyes and got the kids, and well, you'll see what the rest of our day was like. The treasure chest you can hold on the top? Did he hop away? Oh, I see him still. He went behind that little wall.
Oh, I'm just doing this so far.
Oh, yeah? Garbage.
I gotta take a picture. Alright. Alright, look at me. Oh, don't take it off. I gotta take a picture. Alright, good. Look at
Way to go?
Yeah.
We came from the freeway now already, didn't we?
You just went on the other way.
Oh, I didn't go on the freeway.
387.
Yeah.
tempted to try a front flip in there.
Wow, you should have. Be awesome.
Oh, I would have killed myself.
Stop.
Well, that is green grass, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh. We just wanted to look at these sheep.
Are we gonna get out?
Sure, let's get out.
I can't really take everything in the car.
Here, I'll hold her.
I need to give them
Yeah, we're making them nervous. They're like, what is going on here?
You're taking all their kids away.
You see that Mama's got twins there.
Are we able to have lunch here?
We're just stopping to look at the sheep.
And it's such a leg.
Is it lunchtime? Can you hear?
That's the one talking.
You see it? Do you see it?
That's not where we were. There's mountains right there, but way over there, there's blue ones. That's where we were.
Yeah, we passed those and way further than that.
I like it.
I can tell that this was green
Yeah.
because it's kind of green.
Yeah, it's just rusted, huh? That one's coming this direction.
Oh no!
Yeah, I think that's her baby. She's coming to get it. She's like, come on.
You're like, you're safe
She's
now.
looking at us like, what are you guys doing?
Like, let's go. Come on.
My kid, not yours.
Yeah.
I can hear that one. Now I know what sheep do. Look at that one over there.
Yeah.
Wow, they sound weird.
Does anybody know what the white flowers are right there? You know what they are?
I can just reach one. Had the yellow. Maybe they're talking about how weird
Yeah.
We have some growing in our garden, only ours have yellow flowers.
Mom, let's just
What is it? Yarrow.
we get home, then we should go to the store and buy some more Pop-Tarts because we don't have any Pop-Tarts.
We haven't had Pop-Tarts in a super long time, have we?
Go
Yeah.
middle of the road to die. Yes, sir, yes, sir. That's the master. Mom can say the guy shoots down the rain.
Yeah, you can say that part.
And you can't say the guy shoots down the rain, though.
You can't say that part?
Yeah.
One for the little boy who lives down the lane.
And then it goes
Ba ba.
Mom,
Are we done?
I see them going up there.
it's Halloween.
Did the credit cards come back up?
Oh yeah, it's working.
Sweet, good.
Alrighty, and that's a survey that we're handing out to see how we're doing.
Okay.
And we're also doing a giveaway. You can put your first name and number on
Sweet.
this, and there's a bucket at the end. You can just drop it off in.
So can I get one more?
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna do a good washing. Thanks.
What do you think? That could be inside. What? You come in? It's okay.
Oh, he just washed it off.
Oh.
She's done it.
I'm not sure.
She's looking for blue things and nothing else. She doesn't want to look at blue. How do you look the blue thing scared her when it comes out of the thing. She's like, no. She started crying.
Oh, I had it turned off.
What did you want?
I always let my windshield wipers go and everything is kind of clean. But last time I did it on this car, like, kind of pulled the windshield wipers apart a little bit. His name?
So there's a blue ticket he gave you too.
Oh.
A little.
I figure it out.
There's some water coming in the car.
Is there?
Mom.
What?
Oh, is that one open? Is that free?
That clean window. Not a bug on it. Well. Yeah. You have any?
Yes.
I bought this many Skittles. I bought the M&M's potato Skittles, and also me and also and a little bit and be by Dad going. I mean Dad.
You saw Dad?
Be by Dad.
Where'd Dad go? Did he have a cart? What was he doing?
He was helping someone else carry stuff in the car.
Oh, I see. I didn't even see him because Solly was telling me a story. You were helping somebody else?
Yeah, they kept dropping their stuff off the bottom of the car to
Oh, I
coat
see.
in water and stuff. Hey Asher, I got you some Raisin Bran without raisins. Some magic cards. They got a Karn and a Mox Opal and all the COPs and Circle of Protection.
I missed the first part of your conversation, so.
Oh, yeah. Kaden texted me that they got magic cards at garage sales, some valuable magic cards.
I see.
I told him we got kicked out of the homeschool convention.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he's probably going to want to come over and show him why.
I'm sure. Well, Walmart order came while we were gone, and then we had Caden bring it in for us. And some Amazon stuff. Alright, let's pack everything in, guys. Yeah, it was all coming yesterday, so Caden brought it in. Cover it up. I told him to cover that one with a blanket, because it's a Father's Day present.
Oh my god! This is so empty.
You guys leave the blanket on that one that's on the floor, okay?
Yes.
Let's turn on some lights.
Yeah, let's make it feel like somebody lives here.
Oh, I got those lights. Nothing else.